Imagine standing amidst 250,000 people, enveloped not by stone and mortar, but by towering walls of light, piercing the night sky. This was the Cathedral of Light, a mesmerizing, terrifying spectacle at the heart of the Nazi Party rallies in Nuremberg during the late 1930s. Far more than mere illumination, this was an architectural feat built from thin air, designed to manipulate the senses and capture the collective soul of a nation. It was a chilling masterpiece of propaganda, a temporary ephemeral structure that nevertheless cast a long shadow, shaping perception and power in ways still studied today. The effect was truly awe-inspiring, a stark contrast between the inky blackness above and the blinding purity of the vertical beams. From within the rally grounds, it felt as though one was enclosed in an enormous, roofless chamber, the light beams forming colossal, ethereal pillars. This wasn't accidental. It was the deliberate design of Albert Speer, Hitler's chief architect, who sought to create a quasi-religious experience, elevating the Nazi Party and its leader to a divine status in the minds of the masses.
Within this luminous enclosure, thousands of swastika flags, symbols of the Third Reich, fluttered silently, their stark black, white, and red providing a grounding visual against the ethereal light show. These flags, along with the meticulously choreographed movements of the party faithful, reinforced the narrative of unity, strength, and unwavering loyalty. Every element, from the grand scale of the architecture to the smallest detail of the flags, was orchestrated to overwhelm the individual and foster a sense of belonging to something far greater and more sinister.
The power of this spectacle was not left to chance. It was meticulously documented and amplified through media. The Cathedral of Light became a star in propaganda films like Thessalicious Nuremberg, released in 1937. These films ensured that the mesmerizing effect reached audiences far beyond the Zeppelfield, extending the emotional and psychological impact of the rallies across Germany and beyond. The flickering images on cinema screens brought the immersive experience to millions, solidifying the regime's image of unshakable power and popular support.
Indeed, historian Kathleen James Chakraborty precisely captured its essence, describing the Lichtdome as the single most dramatic moment of the Nazi Party rallies. It was the culmination of architectural ambition and psychological manipulation. Attendees often spoke of being deeply moved, feeling a powerful sense of unity and spiritual elevation. The sheer scale, the rhythmic chants, and the soaring beams of light combined to create an atmosphere where individual thought could easily dissolve into collective fervor, a potent tool for authoritarian control.
At the epicenter of this staged divinity stood Adolf Hitler. From a towering podium, bathed in the glow of the searchlights, he addressed the vast assembly. The Cathedral of Light transformed him from a political leader into an almost otherworldly figure, literally spotlighted against the heavens. The vertical lines of light created a backdrop that visually elevated him, reinforcing the idea of his unique connection to destiny and the German people. A master performer on the grandest, most dangerous stage ever conceived.
Albert Speer, the architectural mastermind, himself eloquently described the effect. The feeling was of a vast room, with the beams serving as mighty pillars of infinitely light outer walls. This wasn't merely a decorative flourish, it was an innovative use of technology to create a temporary but profoundly impactful architectural space. He utilized 130 to 150 anti-aircraft searchlights placed at 12-meter intervals to project beams 6 to 8 kilometers into the sky. The air itself became the building material, crafting a space that felt both boundless and intimately enclosing.
Yet, the creation of this luminous wonder was not without its internal battles. The very searchlights that formed these majestic pillars were powerful military-grade equipment, essential for air defense. Acquiring them required a contentious negotiation with Hermann Göring, the head of the Luftwaffe, who fiercely resisted loaning such critical assets. It took Hitler's direct intervention to override Göring's objections, underscoring the paramount importance the regime placed on these propaganda spectacles, even at the cost of national defense readiness.
With Göring's reluctant approval, the searchlights were deployed, casting their hypnotic glow. Hitler's impassioned speeches, delivered within the mesmerizing embrace of the Cathedral of Light, became moments of intense emotional charge for the hundreds of thousands present. The swirling light and shadow, the roar of the crowds, and the Führer's voice combined to forge a potent, almost hypnotic experience designed to solidify loyalty and quell dissent, transforming political rhetoric into an almost religious sermon.
The Zeppelinfeld, the expansive parade ground chosen for these infamous rallies, was itself a testament to Nazi architectural ambition. It was part of a sprawling, incomplete complex in Nuremberg, intended to transform the city into the city of the party rallies. The Cathedral of Light temporarily completed this vision, creating a sense of a colossal, finished structure that transcended its physical boundaries. The very ground beneath their feet was a stage, meticulously designed to create an illusion of permanence for a regime built on fleeting promises.
However, the story of these powerful searchlights did not end with the rallies. In a chilling twist of fate, the very same anti-aircraft searchlights, once used to forge a Cathedral of Light for propaganda, were later repurposed during World War II. They became crucial instruments of war, piercing the darkness of the night to highlight enemy airplanes for anti-aircraft fire. The beams that once glorified a dictator and united a crowd in a theatrical display of power were now desperately scanning the skies, searching for the enemy bombers that would bring ruin to the very nation they once sought to uplift. A poignant and tragic testament to the dual nature of technology and the ultimate cost of unchecked ambition.